Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager, and our first World Tour race is the Classique Deploy in France. It's one of the lesser known World Tour races, but it's only a week after our amazing result in the Tour of Colorado. I would recommend you to go back and watch the video because it's actually really exciting. Even though I'm a pretty weak rider at the moment, I still managed to get a good result, and yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. To this race here, I'm just going to go in the breakaway. Hopefully I can get in one pretty quickly. I should be able to. I'm only 71 average rated, so I shouldn't be a threat overall to any riders, and get some XP that way. And I'll actually probably show you the entire stage this time, because it's my first World Tour race, so yeah. It's the only race I'm going to do this video, and hopefully it'll turn out well. Okay, the race has just started, just gone over the finish line. You can still see the start guy up here, waving his flag. I'm going to attack immediately here. Let's see if I can get away on my first attack. Or if I'll have to drop down again. I do, of course, I blocked immediately. But I actually feel like I got a pretty good acceleration away from the peloton this time. Something that usually hurts you quite a bit. But now we'll see 26 seconds. That means that a lot of people behind me are tracking, and the peloton is going pretty fast. But I got a half-minute gap, and I think I slowed down now a minute because nobody else really got away apart from me. So this gives me about a minute lead to the group behind me. And I know there's some other people who will get up to me again. So right now I'm just going at around, actually I put it down to 65 instead. Probably down to 60. Oh, they're really close to me now again. Can I stay away from this peloton here? Have Mouret up to me now. Will it only be a two-man group getting away this time? It seems like it. And that's probably it for the breakaway. I don't imagine we'll see many more riders. Okay, we actually have an attack from Chaphaga, Jan Alpecin, and another rider, it seems, Mendes. And Marangoni attacking as well. Haga here. Bonafont as well. Some okay riders. Actually not that much better than me, which is a good sign that I might be able to stay with them for a long time. But we only have 4 men, and we only have 30 seconds now. Really close to being caught by the peloton behind us now. I think there's some riders here that we don't want to let away. So we head into a little dirt section here. I'll attack from the front because I saw that the other guys weren't interested in following. Steep climb here, I think. Doesn't really show on the gradient, but that's because I'm not on myself. 9.5, it was up at maybe even 10 point at some point. But now it's just about getting away and then using your energy to benefit yourself, because I need to get my pulse under 140 now again, so I can relax. That's the main part right now of the game. So I'm pretty close to being caught by one guy behind me. Hopefully I can work together with him. It's actually this pretty recognizable rider riding for the IAM team. Let's see, 4 riders again behind us. Still seem like we're having a bit of difficulty getting away. The Swiss guy is riding pretty fast, but it seems like we're being led away finally. No one else is attacking. I got away in the breakaway for once. He's driving pretty fast. My pulse is low now again. That's nice. It's under 140, which means the peloton slowed down again because we're increasing our lead and we're going slow. This is the perfect scenario, which happens in pretty much every breakaway. So now it's just about being out here for as long as possible, and looking at this, I'm probably going to be here with over 100 kilometers, which I think is the maximum XP we can get. Which, getting all of this XP in a World Tour race at this early point, I think in my last career, Pro Cyclist career mode, my first World Tour race was the Tour de San Sebastian, and that was in season 2, so it actually took me about a year longer that time to finally get a good result in a bigger category race. This time we only had to wait 8-9 months, and it's actually my only second HC race that I did it. I was pretty lucky with winning the Mountain Jersey with only 2 points, plus my early victory over Cancellara, Bohn, Van Avermaet and Van Mark, I think it was, back in March, late February actually, where I ended up winning my first race in a credible way that I didn't imagine I would win it at. But you can see it is the same circle we're going around. There's a little dirt section before the steep climb, And it seems like the steep climb here is actually the finish line, and then we come downhill here onto the left, and here's the finish line here. So that's pretty nice to know that it goes downhill. So if you get over the top of the final climb as one of the first riders, you might have a good chance of staying out here for a long time. But right now, this is pretty boring. This is what I go through most of the races that's why I don't record it that often, because it is pretty boring, honestly, sitting in the breakaway or just sitting back in peloton. Because when your captain especially, you don't even have to get water, and I don't have to get water on a helper either, because someone else would just get water. In the breakaway I have to press the button like every 40-50 kilometers or so. But I mean, it's not a big deal, it doesn't take any time, just have to time it so I'm probably filled up with water once we reach the finish line. But this is nothing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just have to save up as much energy in a bicycle race to have the most energy possible once you reach the finish line. And hopefully I'll have enough to get a nice... I mean, I'm still hoping kind of a top 10 finish here. It is pretty unlikely because I'm only 69 mountain rated. And 68 sprint is okay. My flat is pretty good. Has some crashes behind. 2 teammates crashing down. Not a great sign for my Cofidis team, who I have, if you haven't heard of, I have extended my contract because right now it seems like we are getting promoted to the World Tour next year, which means that we will be automatically qualified. We were given a wildcard for pretty much every single race anyway, so it's not a big difference for us, but it's just a sign that we are now officially a World Tour team at the beginning of 2016, which is a nice plus for us. And I think this is probably going to be one of my final water bottles for today. My pulse is pretty high. I'm not sure I can follow this for that much longer. Martin Wies is a pretty strong rider in the hills and the mountains. I don't know what kind of shape he's in, but it's still a strong rider, which can be good for me and can be bad for me. Right now I'm just sitting on his wheel because I think he's running at around 65-70 pace. We have Michael Velgren, another Danish rider, actually attacking from behind. Caleb Ewan's team as well. I think that I'm not actually sure. Is it a sprint or it seems like it's a hill classic rider because it's Simon Gerrans, Kekanamat, Bonifacio up here. It's not really the biggest favorites here. Most of the big guys are probably right now participating in the Vuelta a España. But we have now been caught by the peloton. Let's see how long we can stay here. Probably not for that long because we have now, of course, used a lot of our energy in the breakaway. We'll probably see some attacks from other guys trying to get away before the final climb, so we don't see a sprint. And most of Simon Jones will probably want to stay together. And it seems like the Orviguitas team just slowed down. That we have a crash from Simon Gerrans. No, he's still sitting here. It's nice for me because I got a bit further forward in the peloton here. I'm still sticking here with the first 20 or so riders at the moment. I probably won't be able to stick in the peloton through the entire stage, but for now it's good that I'm able to stay here at least. And yeah, I see my yellow bar is going down right now. This high pace and going uphill at the same time is really hurting me. And now I am dead and I will just fall down through the peloton. Now I meant to stay here being one of the last 39 riders even after being a breakaway. I find that pretty impressive, to say so myself. Laporta and Mate will have to do it for my team. Just show the camera in so we can maybe see what's going on in front of us at the end of the race. Do get overtaken by Sénéchal. I think he's actually one of the guys who crashed and trying to get back now. Yeah, he's going really fast. He did make it back to the front group. Final climb. A lot of teams, Sky team coming in, Standard Kayenka. You can see it over here. No real attack on the final climb, it seems. This is a pretty interesting tactic. I was expecting a lot of attacks here, but it seems like all of them working for a sprint, and we are almost getting back. No one is actually sitting a pace up front as we are going to the final 4 kilometers. If I was there, I would have attacked now because that's an easy win here. Seems like they're all playing really passive and yeah, just not doing anything. I'll take my energy just for fun here. And last 2 kilometers for the front group. I've just got over the top of the final climb. should go downhill now. We have Sprachli launching the final sprint here. Charles is in good position, but he's pretty tired. None of Laporte is pretty good, but he's the furthest behind of all our sprinters, so that's not a good sign. Final kilometers for the guys up in front. And we can see up in the top right corner now the results. Simon Jones, I guess. Let's see. Simon are actually in front of Caleb Ewan, Trocker, Martinez, and no confidence right at the top 10, so that's pretty disappointing for our team. Since we had 3 guys in the front group. Laporte did end up ending first in our group, but still not impressive enough. I, of course, hopefully have gotten a lot of XP from this race. Other than that, let's see the final result. And here are the results. David Simulai with 73 hill, 76 sprint ended up winning. It ended up being pretty much a sprinter duel. All of the best sprinters here who have okay hill stats managed to make it to them. Laporte from my team, 75 sprint, 72 hill, ended up in 11th place. Pretty nice result for him. I ended up a long way down in 70th. Still pretty good. Top half of the peloton at least. Let's see if we get any good XP amount here. We do get 50 kilometers 25 and first race finish in the Sire World Tour. Gives us 45 XP. You see what I was at before. You can see I got about probably at maybe 1/6 to 1/5, I know, of a level. It's not a big deal, but it really actually increases the pace you level up and can become a more all-round rider at the moment. I'm still training puncher, but that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like down below, comment what you thought about the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As usual, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.